Hello, I'm Jerry Goodspeed. We're here at the Utah State University Botanical Center, and today we're going to prune some roses. They've been topped a little bit in the fall, so we didn't lose any with snow breakage, but now it's time to go in and do some final pruning in the spring. You can see that they've already leafed out, and that's no problem at all. A lot of people worry about it being too late. I like it to leaf out because when it leaves out, then I can see what died back, or I can see where we're getting new growth coming out so that I can direct the growth when I start to prune. The important thing when you're pruning roses is to remember what you're trying to do. You're trying to open up the middle to get new growth and cut back to stems that are growing out. We want stems growing out so that we can have air movement and light get into the middle of the shrub, into the middle of the rose. That's what we're after. And we want to cut it back because most people want your rose right at about where your nose is. You want to walk up and smell it. If we left it this tall, then you would understand that the roses would be too tall for us. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look, when I start to prune roses, I always tell everybody, first begin with what you're going to keep. And so I'll look into the rose and I'll try to find 4 or 5, maybe 6 canes that are growing out. And those are the ones I want to keep. Anything that's growing back into the rose, that's what I'm going to get rid of. I'm also going to look for old canes to get rid of the old canes. And so if I look in here, you can notice that some of these canes right back in here are right in the middle of the shrub. And I don't want them right in the middle because like I said, I want to kind of open this up a little bit. So I'm going to make some cuts. And I always have gloves because roses have thorns. And we'll remove those, and you can see just by those 2 cuts how much we have opened the middle of this rose up. Now we're going to look for canes that are growing out and that are young. And so I like this cane here. This is an older cane right here, but this is a younger cane. And so I'm going to keep this younger cane growing out, and I'm going to remove this older cane. Get rid of that. And that's what I'll do. I'll just work my way around the plant, around the rose. Again, an old cane, I'm going to remove it. And I've looked, and look at, I've got 2 nice canes growing out. And normally at this point, I want it to keep growing out, so I'll find some growth that's going in the direction I want. I'll go right above it, make a cut. Now what I've done is I've told that rose to grow up, and now I want you to come out here, moving outside instead of back inside. And since I've got this cane here, I'm going to go ahead and remove this cane. So now I've got this cane that's going to grow out into here. I've got this cane in front of me growing out into where I'm standing. I don't like this cane, it's kind of weak. And I've got a cane here or a cane here I can keep. Again, this cane is in the middle. And it's an older cane, so I'm gonna prune it out. Can you see how we're kind of working now, where we're getting a good vase shape? The roses are growing out. I'm going to keep this one, but I want it to kind of grow out into here. So I'm going to come right there, make a cut. And we've got a cane growing out in here, which means I can, if I want to, and since I've got the loppers, I want to, remove that little one. I might keep this little guy right here just for the future, but now I'm working my way around. See this old cane here? Don't like that. But I can see right behind it, there's a cane that I do like. Right here. And I can make a cut right there. And you can see now I've got growth coming out into this area here. Again, another old cane I'm going to remove. Now, I'm going to look again, what am I going to keep? I kind of like this cane here. I like this cane. I don't like this one. It's growing right up in the middle. So let's go ahead and keep this cane. We'll get it to, let's take another look around. Yeah, let's keep it. But I'm going to do a little different here. Again, I want to keep it growing out. So I'm going to make a cut there. And can you see the growth right here? I'm going to go right above it and make a cut. Now I want that to grow out. I don't need this one anymore. Removing it. This is an older cane, I'm going to remove it. I can hear a lot of people in the background right now going, oh, so many cuts, but I want a healthy rose. And we're about there. This is a good cane growing out. These canes in here, I'm going to remove this old one right here. And we're just about home. See this little spindly cane? That's not going to do me any good. So we'll remove that. I want a nice good cane. I like this one here, so we can go back and remove those two little ones. And now let's take a look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 good canes, all growing out. If we wanted to, we could come into this one, make a cut right there, make a cut right there. There we go. Look at all the canes. I can see where the growth is going to go. It's going to grow out. And I've got light coming into the middle of the cane so that I can get some new canes coming out for next year. One of the things I see a lot of times when people are pruning is that they don't prune enough. They're too worried. You're not going to kill the plant. Roses are very hardy. They're just going to keep growing. And a lot of times they prune them too tall. And so your flowers are clear up here, whereas you really want them right here. And so you could see on most of these, as these grow out, my flowers are going to be about right here, right where I want them. So most people will cut them too tall and not heavy enough to let the air in. And if you don't let the air in, then you get powdery mildew, aphids, other problems are more prevalent when it's a really thick rose. So opening it up is the key.